And I think we should be live. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here in the Styrian Hills at Spielberg for the Austrian Grand Prix. We're here in the commentary box. Back again is me, Miran FG. Joining me as always is Rowan. Say hello.
Hello Miran, very good to be back here. Yeah, yesterday F1, now we're back for F2. I hope you're ready for it.
Yeah, quite ready for this. I must say, F1 was certainly very interesting yesterday out. Mohammed Patel took his first ever win. That was the first ever win for Red Bull and a British driver in ACOC history. So, or no, sorry, not a British driver, but it was the first win for Red Bull Racing. The first British driver to win was obviously Daniel Fraser, who won back in Bahrain. But let's go through this track quite shortly. So the Red Bull Ring here in the Styrian Hills of Spielberg in Austria. 4.318 kilometers of racing circuit, 10 turns, and a lap record of 1:05.6. But the Formula 2 record here is a 1:15.8, which was set back in 2017. So that will probably be a very good time for the drivers to break. But two DRS zones as well, if I remember correctly. One down the main straight and one after turn 1. But a very, very short circuit this is. I think this is one of the quickest lap times on the Formula 2 calendar. But it is still a very nice circuit to drive. Quite good overtaking opportunities, especially coming into turn 1 and turn 3. So it is quite still a good circuit to overtake. Even despite the fact it is a very short circuit. But we have sometimes coming in now. Alex Broster takes the top spot for the time being, and Oscar van Rooyen, the Dutchman, just 9 thousandths of a second behind the Briton, the Arden, as everyone is starting to set their times.
Yeah, so I said a very small lap, a very short lap I should say. And this is the problem here in qualifying specifically right now. You really have to find a gap to put in a good lap, because right now Van Rooyen is now stuck behind another car, was pretty much stuck behind another car there as well. So it's really, the dirty air's really in play here. You really have to find your gap there.
Yeah, it obviously short circuit creates more traffic problems, especially in qualifying where everyone's trying to push. So there might be people on out laps, or maybe people on in laps, and there may be people on quali laps. So it is really hard to get it correct. But we have the first 20 times, and it is an Arden 1-2 actually. It's Brosser and Sundevik up in P1 and P2. And Thomas Mandich in P3, so they certainly have had quite good laps, and people are not very far behind. The biggest gap is 7 tenths to it's 7 tenths to pole, so it is quite an even playing field, I must say.
Yeah, but as we see, really Sundevik improving actually there. I don't know if he's gonna continue the lap with quite a gap there, but he's definitely behind some traffic there, and I hope that doesn't affect him too much. As here he goes to the Jagenrind corner. It's a very fast corner, even in the Formula 2 cars, and you really do not want to get stuck in dirty air. And around the final corner, Truth and then watch the track limits. Here he goes. It is. Is it gonna be enough? No, it's...
And it is not enough. But while we were talking, Thomas Mandic actually secured pole, so the Campos driver goes up into provisional pole for the time being. Mandic has not had the greatest start to the season, so this is going to be really, really good for him.
He gets little too, but will it be enough to drag him towards an improvement? Just look at this train here. There's 3 cars ahead of him there. That's really going to affect you in the dirty air. The fast sections.
Yeah, it really will, but I do think he's stuck behind Ruyan, that is. So, yeah, everyone's going to want to clear traffic as soon as they can, but it's going to get a bit messy, especially coming into the later stages of qualifying.
Look at that, 5 tenths down on the pole time. That's definitely traffic really having a big plays a big role right now, as I think that's one of the Raybacks who goes into P9.
Yeah, that is Laban Zasnishka goes into P9, I was gonna say, but that's P10 now. Summit Özkan goes up into P5. So a really good lap from him. Oh, there's someone almost losing it there in the back. I think that was a Trident. Wasn't quite sure, but it was a really, really big moment for him in the back, but he caught it quite well.
Yeah, the run-off in turn 1 is very slippery for some reason. We saw F1 got run there, and they're really close moments. Sometimes it even led to dangerous scenarios, so the FIA really should have a look into that. The run-off seems to either not be rubbed in properly, or it's just some other problem with the Pirelli tires, perhaps. I don't know what it is. What I do know is that it's gonna might play a role in the race. We saw a big start crash yesterday between the 2 Mercedes cars there. And one of them ran off and hits the other Mercedes car pretty much.
Yeah, that was certainly probably one of the big talking points of the race. The Mercedes collided in Baku and they collided in Austria. Certainly there must be some team tensions between the two. If you did miss F1 yesterday, you can rewatch that on our YouTube channel. So was certainly a very fun race to watch. You can go watch that. But now let us focus on Formula 2. So 11 minutes remaining in qualifying. It is Thomas Mandic who retains pole, but the 2 Ardens of Broster and Sundevik are only 1,000 separated to, and they are only about 200 of a second behind in the pole time. As there is Dima Antonov who goes up into P5, so that is a really, really good qualifying from the Russian. He's actually topped his teammate Linus Timel, and Timel is down in P13. So it has not been a good qualifying for him. The championship leader is down in P13, so it is not a good qualifying session from him, but a really good qualifying session it has been for Dima Antonovs. That is Matija Dragovic in the Dams, who goes up into P7. Good lap time from him. We're seeing some very unusual lap times come in from the people we'd never expect. Maybe a reverse qualifying of sorts, but yeah, it is strange as both Van Rooyen and Veit improve on their lap times, but it is not enough to improve their position gains.
Yeah, but we should really have a look at the gaps. The top 3 is separated by pretty much 300ths of a second there, and the top 5 is within a tenth of each other. And then the whole field is, and P1 to P20 is 6 tenths only, so really, this shows how close F2 can be.
Yeah, F2, unlike Formula 1, is a spec series, so this is only down to pure driver skill, and I can't really say that there is a big skill gap between these two, between all of the drivers, considering the fact that there has been no driver who has won twice in Formula 2. So it is a really, really even playing field, and yeah, it's. I mean, everything changes depending on the track and cars and everything. So yeah, there's really no driver who can dominate here in F2.
And the gaps between some drivers are very close as well, as we have Özcan. And P7 is only 300 off of P6. And well, P20, I don't know who that is there, that is Singh, who is also a few, well, like 100 of a second off. So yeah, really close field, unlike F1, which can be either...
And then someone goes pole, that's Nikhil Walji in the Prema.
So I was talking about close gaps, Nikhil Walji in the Prema really jumps everyone a bit.
Wow.
That opens up the gaps a bit.
Where was he? I can't remember. He was P17 and he secured the pole just like that. That is really impressive. As Alex Broster tops him by 300ths of a second to retake pole from the Canadian, and that sees Broster back up into pole position. But wow, that is a really good lap time from Walji to put it P2. So he's gonna be in for quite a good starting position in the race. Nikhil has scored no points, I believe, in these races. Neither has Mandit, so it's going to be a really good starting or a really good qualifying for everyone. In the top 3, as Victor Albon goes P5, the Spanish Grand Prix winner, puts himself up into the top 5 places. As here is Yash Parmar, the Brit in the ART, scored his first podium last race in Baku, finished P2 just behind his ART teammate Jean-Francois Bilot, who went on to win that race. Bilot currently sits in... where is he?
I have no clue, to be honest, actually.
I don't see him in the... Oh, he is P15, I believe. No, that's Daniel Fraser. Oh, okay. We've forgot to update the names, but that is... yeah, it's no problem. But below the Grand Prix winner last time out sits in P12. And Daniel Fraser, who won first time in Bahrain, sits in P15. So
yeah.
It is definitely not where they want it to be. Same goes for Linus Timeros, got down to P17, as that is Martinez, who goes up into P13.
That's one of the rookie drivers, like a neo drivers, isn't it? Who jumped up from Formula E, wasn't it?
Yeah. Martinez made his F2 debut last race. I don't remember where he finished, but yeah, he is the driver with least experience in the F2 field. He did one race in Formula E, and then he replaced Christoph Baronek when he left F2, as that is Halil Shahin, who goes up into P6. Now, if you may be confused about who this is Pierre Schlesser, but yeah, it was a bit of a name change for him. He changed to his real name, so he now competes as...
10th up, actually. That's a very good first sector.
Oh, this might be a pole time for the Turkish driver. And yes, if you are confused, he has changed to his real name and nationality. But he's going to get a nice slipstream here on the Rapax car of, I think that is either Weitz. But I do think Weitz might actually hold him up a bit, coming into Sector 3 now.
Yeah, this is definitely not going to help him out. As there, look at that. Yeah, he's 4 times down, and that's not going to be it.
Yeah, that is definitely not going to be an improvement from Shahin, as he lost a bunch of time there in turns 7 and 8, the Wirth curva, as it is called. So yeah, he just comes into the pits. No point in running more. He's just going to be stuck behind, so he's going to wait for another opportunity to go out. But here is Rickard Sundevik on another lap time, so he is going to want to hope that this lap time is optimal to retake that pole position, or sorry, take that pole position. He's not been on pole. Linus Timell can only improve up into P14.
And so Sundevik is up on P1 on the pole time, but it really, even if you get the first sector right, you really have to get the second and third sector right as well. It's a really small circuit where if you, as soon as you make a mistake, it's already punished as you're not gonna make the time back, because then they'll have corners to win time again. As Dragofeet goes in P3 in the dams.
Yeah, that is Mattia Drago. Good lap from him, actually, to put it P3. So very unusual top 3 we have. It's Broster, Walgi, and Dragovic. So very, very strange, but these 3 have adapted to the circuit quite well. It seems, but yeah, the dams cars look very strong today. P3 and P9. That is someone who goes P4. That is Ide Weitz. Really good lap from him to put it P4. That is surely gonna put him in contention for the win today, but he just barely missed out on P3 by a few thousandths as Linus Timell improves by 1 position, but again not enough. But there's someone who goes pole. There's Adam Hidayat in the Trident, the man who secured pole for the first time ever in ACOCF2 back in Bahrain, takes provisional pole in Austria. So Hidayat, the Indonesian driver, might become the first to secure pole twice in ACOCF2 history. But we are gonna wait. There is still 2 minutes remaining in this qualifying session, as there appears to be fireworks going off on the left. I don't think those are official fireworks.
Must be some hooligans really wanting to light up the track a bit.
Yeah, hopefully that won't provide a distraction to the drivers. But here is Halil Shahin, the Turkish driver, is gonna want to push, as I think anyone in the top 10 now has a good chance to take poles. There's 1 minute 20 remaining in this Austrian Grand Prix qualifying session. As here is someone on lap. That is Jean-Francois Bilot, the French driver who won last time out in Baku. Is definitely going to want to replicate that. Took pole as well in Baku. He's going to definitely want to secure pole position once again. And so here's Victor Album, the man who won in Spain in that yellow and
I think he's
red
an in-lap or an out-lap or something. I don't know what, but that's, doesn't something like a hot lap to me.
This, I don't think, no, this is not an out lap, but it could be an in lap. It's either a quali lap or an in lap, but it does not look very quick. 2/10 off Hidayat. This will not be an improvement, as Dima Antonov improves, but Martinez improves as well. That sees the Filipino driver up into P11. There's someone who improves. That is Jean-Francois Bilot, and it has paid off for him. He's up into P6. But Alex Broster goes
P1 with 500%, and look at the overall gaps right now, a bit bigger.
Yeah, Broster has gone up into pole position, and that is Daniel Fraser. The fellow Brit goes up into P2, but that might just be Alex Broster on pole. I think is Adam Hidayat on a lap. What is it going to be for Adam Hidayat? There's no improvement. Or it is an improvement, but it's not enough. Milka Singh brings himself from last place up into P14. But Nikhil Walji, I don't think he's on a lap time.
200 but it doesn't say everything, as you need to get the last few seconds perfect as well.
This one goes into P7.
P7 there.
Yeah, that is Yash Parma up into P7, the fellow ART driver in P7, so good from ART as well. Both cars in the points once again. Just maybe not the perfect qualifying session, but Victor Albon, here he is. No, he is. Yeah, he's going on or going in.
Done. Palmer doesn't do anything either. Well, it's Uskan in the MP Motorsport. He is 100th of a second up there actually. But now going into Jochen Rindt corner. The most annoying place really to get a back mark, like a slow car ahead. I don't think it affects him too much, but we will see. Is it going to be enough? He needs to improve by 3 tenths. That doesn't seem too promising either through turn 10, but we'll see. It's going to be enough. It is not enough, I think.
No, it is not enough for the Swede, but that is Alex Broster who takes pole position here at Austria. And Daniel Fraser lines up second. What a qualifying.
Yeah.
But now let's get ready for the race, shall we? As it is... yeah, it is Broster on pole. As we're now waiting to get underway for the race. So...
the fireworks again.
Yeah, I don't know whether fireworks, but 17 laps ahead of us for this Austrian Grand Prix. It's Alex Broster on pole, Daniel Fraser in second. And we are away for the Austrian Grand Prix.
Someone's gone off that
already. Stalled on the line. Who might that be? I have no idea who that is, but someone's gone off horribly. But that is really... I think that might be Fraser, who stalled on the line, and that is not what he wanted. But Alex Broster leads. Adam Hidayat is up into second as there's a bit of... As there's someone off there. And there's a massive crash. This leaders to Mel, the championship leaders in the wall. And Luca Farina might be involved in that as well. But Timel does not look to be continuing, or he does. But that's put him down to dead last. And that is horrible for the championship leader. But it's a great start for Alex Broster. He leads from Hidayat, from Walji, from Dragovic, from Parmar. But that is really horrible for Daniel Fraser. He is he stalled off the line, and I have no idea if he's been able to get that car moving. I think no, that is Fraser out of the running. It's a DNS for Daniel Fraser. He could have scored his second win.
I think Fraser is running in P7 right now. Oh, you know, he's out right now.
Yeah, that is Daniel Fraser out of the Austrian Grand Prix, a DNS for the Brit. That is not what he wanted to, but that brings Nikhil Walji up into the podium positions, and that sees Alex Broster a very, very big gap forming. But wow, what a start. That was certainly something, I must say.
We've seen it again. Turn 1 in Austria strikes again. Yesterday in F1 it was a problem, and now today it's a problem again. F2, the F1 really should look into it for a moment.
Yeah, they definitely should, but obviously this will be the last visit to Austria for this season, so there will definitely be a look into it for the next season. As here is Thomas Mandic just behind Richard Sundvik. He fell down quite a lot in the start actually, so he did not have a good start at all. But yeah, he's obviously trying to salvage a few points at least. As here's Mandic's teammate Rosetta Martinez chasing down Oscar van Rooyen in P12. But how unfortunate of a start that was for Fraser and Timel, as well as Alex Broster. No, Adam Hidayat says the fastest lap by a few tenths actually. So Hidayat is catching up to Alex Broster. So he's showing quite a lot of signs of improvement as we now approach lap 3 of 17. But I think the lap 1 incident, I didn't quite get a glimpse of that, but Farina and Timel were involved in that. We are always going to have a post-race investigation by the stewards to see who was at fault and everything.
Yes.
As here,
that's good. chasing down for P9. But we've seen it, overtaking isn't the easiest thing to do for sure. Neither is chasing. As there we see more fireworks in the foreground.
I
mean,
okay.
it's kind of a shame to use them right now, as it's way too bright for fireworks. But you know, everyone has his favors, right?
Yeah, I think that might be glitch. It's there's a bit of luck from Manchester ahead, but no idea why they're firing fireworks. Yeah, as you said, it might just be some hooligans off track. I think it'll be fun to fire fireworks. Yeah, Özkan has really closed the gap to Mandic now. So it is the Swede versus the Croatian here, as they head down into well, technically turn 2 here, and now on to turn 3. Özkan is really closing that gap, but it is not enough to justify a move yet.
I'm good, but he's getting closer. To make a move, I think. But in the meantime, Özkan is really losing connection to P8 as well. He's stuck behind another car.
Yeah, the faster Özkan gets past Mandic, the less time he will lose to P8. So he wants to get past Thomas Mandic as soon as possible. But Broster looks to have built up the lead, actually. 1.2 now ahead of Hidayat in P2. Adam Hidayat, who secured pole in Bahrain, couldn't really convert that into a win or a podium, I think it was. So he fell down quite a lot after the race. As yeah, Broster, a really good performance from him. He's been able to hold that gap consistently. As here is Laban Zuznichkai chasing down the Trident of Sing, that is. So he's getting quite close to him, actually, but yeah, I think Laban lost out quite a lot in the first few laps. So it's been not a good result for him.
Syria on board with Rosetta Martinez, and he's chasing down the Dutchman Van Rooyen, who is pretty much well, not driving his home race, but I think a lot of people will know him here. That's where we know the Austria is quite a popular place for Dutch people to come to cheer on their Dutch heroes. But right now, Oscar Van Rooyen is not really giving him the best show that he can give.
Yeah, a lot of Dutch fans usually attended Austria. We've seen that in real life F1. Obviously, no Dutch drivers in the ACOC apart from Van Rooyen. Yeah, he'll definitely be looking to impress the Dutch fans, if there are any in the crowd at the moment.
I mean, that's why they're firing fireworks.
Yeah, I guess it might be for Van Rooyen. But Özkan still chasing down Thomas Mandic, as he really looks to be slow through this turn 3. But yeah. Okay, you know what, let's just ignore the fireworks, but
kinda quite nice.
Yeah, the gap to Broster has closed, actually. 0.8, but it looks to be building up once again. As yeah, it's up to 1 second again, so Broster might have made a mistake, but Hidayat is still trying to close in on that yellow-red Arden car. We have a lot of yellow and red cars, I've noticed. We have the Arden, which is yellow and red. We have the Campos, which is, I think, yellow and red as well. And we have the Racing Engineering car, which is yellow and red. So a very common color theme that is in Formula 2.
So in the meantime, the trend is really catching up to Broster. He was 2 tenths faster last lap, so I think we might expect a move soon. As of course, the Trent has the advantage of having the slipstream right now on the straights, but also has the disadvantage of the dirty air. But look at the train there; you can really see how close they are right now, actually.
Yeah, everyone very close to each other. Heliot has closed the gap by 5 tenths, but he does lose a lot in the sector 3. Broster just looks a hell of a lot faster. As yeah, you can just see there on the timing screens how much he gains on Hidayat. So Broster looks a bit better in the medium speed corners, but Hidayat is faster in the low speed corners. And
let's see, really, yeah, I think he lost out again. We'll see the timing lap times again. As it is a tenth faster than again overall, but P5 of who is that? Palma, I think, is the fastest of them all.
So yeah, that is quite interesting to see Parmar that fast. He's I mean, yeah, that is maybe expected considering he scored a P2 last time out in Baku, but yeah, other than that, not really much to say. Hidayat is a reserve driver, obviously, part of the Red Bull Academy. Also, he's also the test and reserve driver for Toro Rosso, but this is going to be interesting for the Red Bull Academy as well, as Alex Broster is part of the Red Bull Academy too. He is reserve driver for the main Red Bull team. So it is who wins here and who will impress the higher-ups at Red Bull. So certainly going to be interesting.
As we've seen, the Red Bulls, we've seen obviously one here yesterday with Mohammed Patel. The home soil must be a very good feeling for the Red Bull car, but right now we have the Red Bull Juniors being 1-2. But as we see, the back marks actually putting in faster lap times than the front runners. That's the most interesting point I've seen so far from them.
That is strange.
As they're running the 116s, will the high 116s. Well, the front runners run into the lower 117. It's very strange to see that, actually. I wonder if that's maybe free air playing a factor here.
I think no, it can't, or it might be for some of the drivers, but no, it's the same gaps as the ones ahead. So that is quite strange. I have no idea why that is happening, but I don't know, it just might be a overall pace difference or something. I have no clue. But Nikhil Walji, everyone in the top 3 are gonna score the first podiums. Broster's gonna score the first win for Arden. Hidayat is gonna go P2, and Walji, it will be his first points for P3 and first point for Broster as well. What a way to score points for Alex Broster. This is gonna be it's gonna go from 0 points to 25, so that is gonna certainly be a really really interesting way to score points for Alex, as Hidayat does not look to be closing the gap here. 0.8 that is, but he's going to lose time here in sector 3. Alex Broster looks much faster in these medium speed corners here, turn 7 and turn 8.
So I think that actually the prema of Nikhil Walji is actually catching up a bit there. Will Hidayat is losing out. Interesting. Maybe as too much of his tires, I don't know. What I do know is that it's gonna be a tricky. It seems to get trickier.
That is true. Hidayat might have tire problems plaguing him again. He had pole in Bahrain, but obviously that he had some tire problems, and that saw him fade away from the podium positions, as Alex Broster now sets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:16.8. So Alex Broster is flying.
Yeah, but so P17 who was really close to Broster as well, so he's also putting in a 1:16.8. That is Laban Senikai in the Rapex. And I wonder how that works, to be honest. He's pretty much plain lost from the train. So, yeah.
Yeah, not how, it's not been a great race for Russian time, has it? Antonov down in P15, and Linus Timell being involved in that first lap incident puts him in last of all of the runners.
Here he is.
As there he is, the lone Russian time car. Might he be traffic to Broster? I don't think so, but
well, he's quite far back, but I think it's like half a lap of a distance right now. So so far not yet, but we're on lap 11 of 17 already. So I don't think traffic will be that much of a problem right now, unless someone makes a mistake again.
yeah, I don't think. I think this might just be a weekend to forget for Timell. But for his championship rivals, I can think of maybe Ida Weitz in the points currently. I think that might be good for them, but I think Timell might keep his championship lead after this race. I'm not really sure, but yeah, we'll just check after the race. Obviously, they will be posted in our Discord. If you haven't joined it yet, then you should. And yeah, but Broster in the Pertamina Arden, the yellow and red car, decked out in sponsors from Indonesia, as Pertamina is an Indonesian company.
Here we are,
maybe
ready
we'll
Sundefic. And I wonder if he can do anything as of now.
As Alex Broster sets another fastest lap, so he smashed his own fastest lap time record. As no, that is Dima Antonov who sets the fastest lap. It's Victor Aldon for a split second, but it's now Antonov who holds the fastest lap. But yeah, so you might be right actually, Ron. The back markers might be getting faster, so there might not be traffic. But surprisingly, we haven't seen any overtakes, which really confuses me. I mean, this is F2, guys. Come on.
Yesterday we saw a lot of trouble with overtaking F1 cars, but those are F1 cars that were way wider and bulkier, way more thick. But yeah, you're right. F1 should be easier, or F2 should be very easy to overtake. Because there you can see the slip angle actually through there as well. They're really pushed. That's not a problem. It's just that I can't find a gap or something.
But yeah, it is strange. I think that you'd think that Austria would be a good circuit for overtaking, but I don't know. It's not a lot of overtaking is.
We're now more in the battle of fast lap times. As Adam Hindiat has a fast lap time 1:16.6, and he's back in chase again. I wonder if he's gonna try another overtake there. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I mean, he's not a driver to back out that early, but you know, his tires need to hold out as well.
Yeah, they definitely will. Hidayat isn't. I think it's a bit of a dilemma for Adam here, because if he pushes, that's going to leave him with tire issues, and then it might be a repeat of Bahrain. But then again, he is going to want to close the gap to Broster, so bit of a dilemma for the Indonesian driver. But yeah, if there might not be much overtaking, I am sure that next week when we head to Silverstone, that there will be quite a lot of overtaking. Silverstone, a great circuit for overtaking, and just a great circuit in general. This track is not the it's a good circuit, but it is not very it's not very traditional, despite the fact that it has been around since the 1970s. But it has, as you mentioned in F1, it has gone through a lot of It has gone through a lot of track changes, a lot of surface changes, a lot of name changes, and everything. So it is far from what it used to be back in the 1970s. As Laban's Nishka in P17 sets the fastest lap, so that is certainly something.
Yeah,
but as we are now on lap 15 or 17, this race surely has gone by quickly. But nothing looks to stop the Brit in the Arden, a British car or a British driver in a British car. Alex Proster, nothing looks to be able to stop him from taking this victory in Austria.
Yeah, but it's not over yet. It's 2 laps to go still. I think they're not the gaps are quite big actually, especially for Austria terms. They're very wide open right now.
Hidayat, I don't think he'll be able to catch up as Rosetta Martinez now sets the fastest lap. Yeah, I don't think Hidayat's going to be able to catch up to Brosser, unfortunately, for Hidayat, but neither for Walji. But I think Nikhil is going to be very, very happy with a P3 nonetheless. So will Hidayat with his P2, and I think Alex will be really happy with a P1. But it's going to be a really good day for Arden in the championship standings, and Alex is definitely going to attract some eyes from the higher ups at Red Bull and Toro Rosso. Maybe if Alex gets lucky, he might be able to get a good seat next season, but we can't know for sure. We're still only a few races into this season.
It's I don't think there will be a last attack from Idiot, unless we come from really late. I think he's already, he lost a big time there. I don't think this will be it.
Yeah, as we now approach lap 17, the final lap of this F2 Austrian Grand Prix, it has gone by quite fast, hasn't it?
Yeah, as for Royan actually sits fast. Now look at that.
Wow.
3 people actually were in a class for fast lap there actually.
Yeah, and that was quite strange. Who would think that the lower back markets would be the ones competing for fastest lap? But it is D Mountain who holds the fastest lap. But Alex Broster took pole position in quite a hectic qualifying. Many people many people were in contention for that pole, but it was Alex Broster in the Brit. His fellow compatriot Daniel Fraser was in P2, but he stalled on the line, and that saw him out of the race, so he's down in P20. But Alex Broster led every lap, secured pole position. He goes through the final few corners. It is going to be 0 points, but what a way to score points for Alex Broster as he goes round the final corner, and Alex Broster wins the Austrian Grand Prix, and Adam Hidayat comes home in P2 and Nikhil Walji in P3. But what a race for Alex Broster as Oscar Van Rooyen and Milka Singh actually secures the fastest lap just on the last lap. So at least there was a battle that went on to the last lap. But that is Alex Broster who takes the win here in Austria.
So this is your top 10. Very very interesting start. Then the rest was just a bit of train following. But other than that, I'd say a decent race.
Yeah, quite a decent race that was. Very interesting, exciting qualifying and everything. But I think we will have to say goodbye here. So thank you for watching Formula 2 this weekend. Certainly was a very, very exciting weekend, both with F1 and F2 at Austria. But from me and Rowan, it is goodbye, and see you when the Assetto Corsa offline chat